all, this is Val here with another Epic 7 video. In today's video, we're going to take a look at Seaside Bellona. As you can see from mine here, I've got her fully maxed. She's 6-star awakened, and I really do like her. I went pretty far to get her, and so far I have not been disappointed. But let's put all that aside, and let's take a look at her skills. Skill 1, watch out. You acquire 1 focus, as well as acquire 1 soul. Attacks the enemy with a fan, with a 60% chance to target the enemy for 2 turns. You can see from skill enhance, you pick up an additional 15% effect chance, bringing the maximum total to 75%. And you also pick up 40% damage dealt. That is like a big increase and really nice. Having target on this is basically you have a built-in Song of the Stars, an excellent ability that can hit quite hard. Let's take a look at her skill 2, which is a passive. I'm with my friends. This skill consumes 5 focus. Shares 30% of damage suffered by the caster with the foremost ally. When more than 1 damage sharing effect is granted, only the strongest effect is applied. The caster gains 1 focus when an ally is attacked. When an ally is attacked and the caster's stack focus is 5, loses all focus and activates You're Not Cute. You're Not Cute attacks all enemies with a fan with a 50% chance to decrease defense for 2 turns. You can see here on skill enhance, you pick up 30% damage dealt. Now, I went with this one first simply because I don't know why, but I thought the bottom one said effect chance. So I said, okay, 65% chance to break. Not bad. Let me pick it up. And then I realized it. I was like, oh man, I would have likely have gone with skill 3 first, then skill 1, and then the passive last in enhanced order. Her skill 3, or ultimate if you prefer, Haven't I Warned You? Acquire 3 focus, also acquires 3 souls. It's on a 5-turn cooldown by default, which can be lowered an additional 1 turn through skill enhance, bringing it to 4 turns. Attacks all enemies with a spray of water, with a 85% chance to make them unable to be buffed and unhealable for 2 turns. Damage dealt increases with a critical hit. Now, what I'm assuming they mean here is that we all know damage dealt increases with a critical hit, but I'm assuming it means you do additional damage on critical to hit. So we all know you do your crit damage on critical hit. I'm assuming this does additional damage on top of it that's all rolled into it already. That's what it reads like to me, but I could be wrong. The soul burn effect for 20 souls is you ignore effect resistance. On skill enhance, you can see you can pick up an additional 15% effect chance, bringing this to 100%, which is just wild. And then you also pick up an additional 30% damage dealt. This definitely should be the one you max skill first, followed by skill 1 and then skill 2. The unable to be buffed and unhealable are just great debuffs to have. And even though it really doesn't affect the Wyvern, it still allows you to, count that as a buff to lower his, damage. Now, the memory imprint. I really wasn't trying to max her and get her SSS, although she is now 1 from SSS because I do have a dupe that's in my inventory I will likely not use on her. I mean, I might. The problem with this is it only applies to this slot here, right? Now, her ability here, her I'm with my friends, if you read, shares 30% of damage suffered by the caster with the foremost ally. So here, if you say, well, I'm going to put her behind my tank, you're already taking up one of your slots, right, for extra health. So your tank will benefit, but then no one else will benefit. So you're going to put her over here with, your other semi-tanky unit here, which is fine. And that way you can take full use of this. But I think I would have really been a lot more excited to SSS her if all 4 slots would have been covered. Because then you would be no problem to put behind the tank because you'd still have 2 free slots here to use it. Is she worth SSS? That's personally up to you. If you get it while hunting for the artifact, great. But if you get everything you need for the artifact and you're good, you really don't need it. The other reason you could SSS her is if you're just looking for an easy 6-star, you don't want to use any of your current fodder. So you go through, you pick up 5 more of her, you also get SSS, then it could be worth it to you because you do save yourself a lot of fodder. Just keep in mind that is the baller method to do it, and I don't recommend it for free to play. Now let's take a look at the stats. Here you can see we have 4K attack, we have 177 speed, 100% crit chance, 186% crit damage, and 34% effectiveness. Now there is one thing I would change in my build, and that is effectiveness. With only a 50% chance to drop her, with only a 50% chance to drop armor break, getting resisted really sucks on that. So you do want to try to make sure she does land it, as well as lands her skill 1 target debuff. And I really recommend about 75% effectiveness here to truly take advantage of it. Now, for stats, ideal stats, like, you know, to say, okay, you have a great, perfect build, I'd say 3.5k attack with 175 speed, 100% crit chance, 200% crit damage with 75% effectiveness would be great. Because you do like that armor break, you do want to land the target debuff. They're just really good things to have, and they will significantly speed up fights, especially if she is your only DPS. Now with that out of the way, let's take a look at my gear. If I'm going too fast, feel free to pause the video. All right. Now, one of the reasons that I say you want 75% effectiveness is really because of this artifact and how much it helped me. I'll be honest with you, I was dead set on using her artifact because it is basically AoE Uber's Tooth. But unlike Uber's Tooth, you don't have to crit to use it, and it even procs on miss. I know because I have missed and it's still procced. So I was like, this is a great artifact. I really like Uber's Tooth. Here's one that's going to do it most of the time. I don't even have to crit. Now, in my Wyvern 11 runs, it was causing some issues. Well, one of my viewers, Rifaru, shout out to you, buddy, and a big high five. Thank you for the suggestion of using Daydream Joker. It really fixed all the issues I have, and it was just really good. Now, you'll see from her demo video in the beginning that the Carcanis fight, Hell Carcanis fight, I believe he's Carcanis, right, on the west, and then on the east is Executioner, whatever his name is, that Stealth. If I got it reversed, just flip it. But you can see that that fight was pretty long. And her damage, while good, just wasn't enough because she wasn't landing armor break, she wasn't landing target. This is going back to my effectiveness recommendation. So once I put this on, at least in the case of Wyvern 11, I did not have a chance to test it in Raid, but I will next week. It significantly speeded up the run, even more so than it already was with her own artifact, and it also made it a lot more stable. So this is right now my de facto artifact I recommend. Believe it or not, my second recommendation is Bloodstone. Bloodstone works fairly well on her. It really does. If you want to go a full YOLO team where you're running like a Diane on Rod, maybe you're running a Requiem Roar as your primary healer, and you just want that little bit extra. Not that, you know, you want to dedicate a whole healer because you still want damage. Bloodstone on her is really great. That also stabilized my Wyvern runs, but obviously made them slightly longer due to it not adding any DPS benefit, but adding significant sustain to the team. Now, with all those areas covered, where can you use her? Well, Wyvern 11, for sure. Again, make sure you're running Daydream Joker and appropriate effectiveness, as well as Raid. She is usable in both the Carcanis fight and the whatever the other dude's name is. You know, I always get them confused. But she is very, very helpful there. Those 3 areas, she will not let you down. Overall, she is definitely worth the 6-star and investment of resources. If you are free to play or paid to win alike, will find a significant use for her. Well, that's going to do it for this video. If I missed something, please feel free to leave it down in the comments below. As you know, I always enjoy your feedback. As always, thank you all for watching. And all you do's and dudettes out there, stay frosty. No ritual, because rituals never work for me. I feel like rituals always hurt me more than anything.
Like which one? 2 times scope?
So let's just go. Let's just go.
Oh, there it is.
Ruzid, excellent unit. Excellent unit.
Let's go, teammate. Let's go destroy these
You're expecting a
kids.
tanky ML Vildred?
I have 2 kills. I don't know how much you have. That guy's AK. Look
More
at that.
dust is always good. Tonfa's portrait replaced that bad boy. Thanks, Malik. Hey,
That's
Malik
right,
still
destroy
lurking,
it,
huh?
for sure.
Malik, your support is
Mike, it
awesome,
looks like
man.
you're gonna
Thank you,
get
dude.
you're gonna get a
You don't even play the game and you're here. Thank you very much.
Because I'm not gonna get 20 kills. The heck? Yeah. I accidentally put it on squad.
We are not having much luck. But for a single pack, I mean, I wasn't expecting much.
Shut up, Flea Man. You talk the most crap, but you're bad.
I was not expecting much.
Dude, I smacked you.
Oh, hey!
Yeah,
Is it
you're
an
playing
artifact?
this
Don't you
out.
dare give me
can't
off
play
banner.
anything.
Don't you dare give me... What is it with me and
Huh?
off-banner artifacts? How is this even possible?
That sounded a little weird. Not good.
How is it even... Guys, I showed you
Oh,
the
you see
odds
that
on that,
person?
right? You know what the
Pretty sure.
odds were on that right there, right?
I looked up.
Whoa! Oh my god. We got another Bellona. We don't need it, but we got it. Phone line down over a week. No Wi-Fi. Hence just popping in to say hi. Hey, Sherwood, I missed you, man. I hope your issues get resolved and we get you back regular. I mean, back-to-back nat 5s is good, but we're only summoning this for the artifact. We don't need any more Bellonas. I don't see the point of getting more of her. Hey, I love Bellona too, to be completely honest with you. So I'm happy that she showed up for me. Really, really happy, but...
Oh my, he's... Watch this. Oh my gosh!
Alright, so... We're going to wrap up the stream here, and... I thought we're going to continue my tradition that I totally made up 100% on my own and definitely wasn't stolen from any other streamer out there. But we're going to use our last summon and do a random review of whatever we get here. So let's see what my totally original idea gives us. Last summon.
Oh, I'm sorry I offended you. What the heck?
Alright, so it's going to be a 3-star. Hopefully it's a decent 3-star. It's Muchaka. Like, honestly, this guy's crap. I couldn't really tell you where you want to use him. Like, I mean, I don't know. Yeah. Just...
Okay, hold up. Go to... Click square? Maybe is that it?
He is excellent fodder. That will help advance
Yes,
your
like,
units.
push
But
square.
beyond that, I really don't
Yes,
see you
push
ever
square.
legitimately using this guy.
Oh, no, never mind.
All right.
Click circle.
Oh, hey, look, we got enough. Oh, we're one away.
Oh,
We are
so-
one